Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about why options are useful and should be a part of any trading strategy. Now, there can be a lot of nuance to trading options, and for today's video, we will start building a picture of these ideas, which we will expand upon in future. For the sake of simplicity in explaining the ideas in today's video, we will only consider European options. While some of the concepts are easily extendable to American options, we will expand to discussing them more once we have built a wider knowledge base. Now, if you don't know what some of these terms or concepts mean, as well as a few terms I may mention later, please go back to my first video on this where I explain it. If you're still a little confused, please leave a comment and I will try and clarify in a future video. The first thing that may come to mind is, well, if you think it's going up, you just buy a call option. If you think it is going down, just buy put. So let's start with that. For this example, let's say you have a view on Tesla. You think it may go higher and hence you decide to buy a call. You buy, say, a 1 month call struck at $1,000. Again, if you don't know what that means, it is explained in my first video. For this, you pay, say, 5% or $50 to participate in the potential upward movement of one share. You may want larger exposure on, say, 20 shares, and hence the notional value on your option becomes 20 times 1,000 or $20,000. In this case, your total cost ends up being $1,000. For explaining the ideas in this video, though, we will stick to using one share for simplicity. Okay, let's try and visualize this. Imagine this line represents you neither making nor losing money. Hence, it is where your profit and loss on your position is zero. The further right on this line represents a higher share price at expiry, and the further left, a lower share price. Above the line, you are making money, below, you are losing. If at expiry Tesla is trading at or below $1,000, your option is worthless or out of the money. Your option is only worth something or is in the money when Tesla starts trading above 1000. Above 1050, your option has made back the fee you paid for it. If at expiry Tesla is trading at say 1300, then you have made $250 on your option, which is 1300 minus the initial premium of 50 you paid for it. This $250 is also five times the initial fee you paid. And so, one way of looking at it is to say you have made 500% on what your initial upfront investment was. We will touch on this again a bit later. Let's compare that to trading the actual equity or underlying. So, starting with our zero profit and loss line, if you buy the stock at say 1,000, you save yourself a $50 fee, but your loss is potentially $1,000 for every one share of exposure you have. In other words, if some crazy outlier event had to happen and Tesla had to go to zero, you would lose $1,000 for each one share of exposure you have, compared to a maximum loss of $50 if you had to own the option. Now, yes, you could cut the position long before Tesla reaches a worst case, but the stock is pretty volatile. It could drop 100, where you might decide to cut, and then still rally $300 from there. Your option gives you peace of mind in that its loss is capped and you can benefit until the very last day of expiry, including an unforeseen or outlier event that massively moves the market in your favor. Further, if you are prepared to risk more of your money for a potentially higher reward, you could buy more call options instead. For example, if you think you may cut your position if the stock traded down to 700 for a $300 loss, as that is what you are prepared to risk or where you may change your mind, you could instead buy six times the number of call options for six times the potential upside. In reality, there may well be a lot more that goes into deciding between the two, but this is one of the key benefits to why options are so useful. This ability for a higher reward for the same loss or capital commitment is known as leverage or gearing. Or another way of saying it, options allow you to leverage your capital or risk. There is, of course, a trade off with each idea, and thinking about the risk rewards of doing it is necessary. The other side to this is you may well think that some equity is going nowhere and decide to sell the option, earning the premium. We will expand upon this more in future videos. The reverse is true for put options. If you think a stock is going lower or you want to protect an existing holding of stocks, you could buy a put option. Further, if you want to buy a stock but think its price is too high, you could well sell a put option. Using Tesla as an example again, say it is trading at 1,000. You're hoping for a dip to buy it below 900. You could sell a 1 month put option strike at 900 for say 4% or $36. If the stock ends below 900, you effectively get to buy it at 900 minus 36 or $864. Remember, having sold the option to the market will exercise it against you should Tesla be below 900 at expiry. Hence, you end up owning it at 900 and you still have a $36 fee. If the stock stays around 1,000 or goes higher, you get to pocket the $36. So you still benefit from your view that the stock was going higher. Tying it all up, today we expanded upon why options are useful in their unique ways. We learned what is meant by leverage or gearing and what it means when options are in the money or out the money. Please give the video a thumbs up if you like the content and consider subscribing. Also, this is still early in this video series and the life of my YouTube channel. Any feedback on the content so far in the comments below will be greatly appreciated.